Hello and welcome to this session of Business Research Methods. We are in the module 4. We have done sampling, and there is one small portion after sampling that is there in your syllabus in module 4. It is data, preparing the data after you have finished your field work. What happens? That is what this little aspect is about. So you have done your survey in the field, you have done a good sampling, and then you have gone and collected questionnaires from the people who are your target customers. And now what will you do with the data? You have collected it from, supposing you are doing it in Karnataka, you are doing it from each area. Okay, so how much of data will be there and how to code it, all those aspects. The first is you validate it and then you edit it and code it. Data entry, data tabulation, data analysis. So these are the steps after doing your field work. Okay, so what happens is converting information from questionnaire. It has to be, in the questionnaire it's all data, it has to be converted to a good information, otherwise it will all be numbers. Like for instance, respondent number 1 2 3 4 5 6, and what have they responded, 4 3 5 6 5 3 4, like this. It will be data. You have to convert the data into information so that a marketer or a business person will know what is the matter in that research. So this process usually follows 4 steps: converting data into information. So what is that? Is editing, coding, data entry, tabulation. Okay, so the purpose of data preparation is to see that the raw data converts themselves very nicely into a meaningful information for people to take decisions. Okay, so this is the first step after the field work is over. Data preparation. What are the steps involved in it? Editing, coding, data entry. Okay, right. So let us look at what is editing. What do they do in editing? Okay, so there are now 10,000, 5,000 or 1,000 different questionnaire. So what have you to do? How will you validate those questionnaires? So you will check for all these things: fraud, screening, procedure, competency, courtesy, how they have collected the data. Okay, the process whereby data must be edited for mistakes. Raw data is checked for mistakes. Okay, so what they do is, sometimes how they practically do is, they have the respondent's number, they call up and they choose maybe 1 in 10 at random. They will choose, call up the respondents and check whether the questionnaire is filled properly or whether they themselves have sat and fraudulently written it. Okay, so they will find out if the accurate records are there, if they have asked the right question, if they have contacted the right person, how they have filled the questions. All this they will do it. How they will do it? Like this: they will pick up some questionnaire in random and they will call them up, and then they will cross check the information, validity of the information. So this is the next step. As a research head, you have to do. So then what you will do? You will do the editing. What is editing? See, now out of 1,000, 2,000 questionnaire, in every, supposing there are 30 questions, 1 question here, 2 questions here will not be answered. It will not be complete. Okay, so all that you have to see which are the ones which are not complete, and you have to give a, there are certain methods, rules of the thumb to follow how to fill missing answers. So all that they will do. So that is your seeing that the questionnaires are complete. And accuracy is cross-checked by giving a call and doing a spot check. And uniformity, whether there is any aberrations in the data. So all this they will do from the editing point of view. If some of the questionnaires will be so bad that it will only be out of 30 questions, only 5 or 7 will be filled. So in that case, they will reject it. So rejection percentage also will be taken into consideration. Okay. So all this will happen after the fieldwork editing. Then what you will have to do, classification of data. What will you do in the classification? It is systematic grouping of data. What is the answers? Male, female, and then North Bangalore, South Bangalore, Bangalore East, West, pin code wise. Like this, they will segregate the data so that it is classified properly to elicit good information. Then what happens? Tabulation. So why you have to tabulate the data? Because when it is just numbers, you will not know what is the meaning. Only when you tabulate it from a bird's eye view, the moment you see a pie chart, the moment you see a bar diagram, you will understand it. Even children will understand it. That is the importance of tabulation. So if you just draw it in a table form, it is easy to compare. And then you don't have to, it is very tedious. How will you go through 1,000 different answers? So it is easy to express it in certain tables. So it will be easy to understand. So tabulation is done after that. There are very many types of tabulation. This is a very simple tabulation. Supposing you are doing how many people are visiting, or how many kids are using library, or how many. So like this, from science, commerce, arts, like this. Simple tabulation. The streams and then the number of users. Let us see the same version a little more. Okay. Boys, girls, total. You see this? Okay, so as I will tell you how these data works. Supposing you are the chairman of the college, and then you are thinking about opening the library 24/7. Okay, the librarian says, sir, there are nobody who are coming after 7 o'clock. So we instead of closing at 5 o'clock, we'll open it from 5 to 7. And we'll close it at 7. So you have to take a decision now. So how you will look all these information? You should collect data. How many people walk in? Then you open it and keep till 7. Then you give a questionnaire asking, will you be able to come in the night and then work till what time? Like this, if you will arrive at a right conclusion, because opening it for 24 hours and nobody walking in, it's a waste of time, and for salary you have to give people, then the electricity will be on, it's waste. So to arrive at a good decision, these things will help. So this is how many boys and how many girls. And look at this, a more complex, from semesters, semester wise, first semester, third semester, total number. Okay, like this you can do for all the streams: BA, BCom, biotechnology, computer science, BSc computer science. Like this you can do for each and every department. Moment you see this, you will see it is even this. If you convert it into bar diagrams, it's much more easier, right? You will have a comparator for each. For science you give green color, for commerce you give yellow color, and for arts you give blue and then green. So you will be knowing color wise, you will know. It is easy to understand instead of going through. Look at these numbers. What does this number say to you? 35, 22, 56 doesn't mean anything. So if you have it as diagrams, then you will be able to make some common conclusions. You will be able to arrive at certain. So again, a different kind of table. So this is data preparation. So what happens after you have collected the data from the field using a good sampling technique? You have to do data editing and then data validation, and then you have to classify the data. What are the various ways in which you will classify the data depending on your objectives of study? You can classify it as male, female, or you can classify it if you want to do a comparison between various regions. Like for instance, now COVID, they say which is the most, so you do a comparison between pin codes and then say this pin code number so and so many people are there, so it is a red zone, like that. Okay, so you can have the data. Once the tables are there, you can compare them very comfortably to elicit good information. Okay, and so this is as far as the fourth module goes. The fifth module is data analysis. So what is descriptive statistics? You have already done this in statistics when you did it in your first semester. But anyway, I will quickly go through it. What is univariate, bivariate, parametric, non-parametric tests? What is null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, error in testing, critical region, degree of freedom, one-tailed test, two-tailed test, standard error, procedures for testing hypothesis. This I have already done it in the second module very roughly. So in depth I will do it, but I want to reiterate this entire module 5, data analysis, is a repetition, right? So according to me, and you should also keep in your mind, business research method has only 4 modules. 5th module you have already studied, and the 6th module is just preparing what are the contents of a project work, which is like 2 minutes for study. So in all practical sense, with this 4th module, your syllabus for business research method is over. So if you know the 10 questions that are there in module 1, 10 questions that I have given for module 2, and about 20 questions for module 3, and this sampling another 10 questions. So that's all is your overall preparation for semester 2 business research methods. Though I will be taking another 10-15 classes like this for 15-20 minutes, but practically your syllabus is over. Module 5 and 6 is only a repetition of what was already done in the first semester. Okay, so all the very best, and do your question bank sincerely. That is the only savior that you will be having. Thank you very much.